Hi everyone, it's Ellie from LT Bell's Bookshelf again, and I am here to share my very latest project. This has been stewing around in my mind for a couple of months, and I just hadn't had the time to get it done, so I finally decided that I'm just gonna put everything else aside and get it done, and so I did. It is called Annabel Lee. It is based on the poem Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. So it's really my interpretation of the poem and what I think it means and their story. So this is her on the cover. This is actually a picture of his wife, Virginia, but I used her as Annabel Lee. And throughout the book, there are pictures of, different women that kind of look the same and look kind of ethereal and mysterious and kind of go along with the poem. Okay, and so I imagined this to be her journal, and then when she passed, it became his, and so he put bits and pieces of her and bits and pieces of himself inside this book. So right here on the cover, I have one of the lines of the poem. Can't read that first word. And then on the side here, I have this little tassel with a bunch of what I believe to be, or kind of, you know what I mean, bits and pieces of her jewelry. And this maybe was her necklace. And then this ring up here could have been, her wedding ring, because he wasn't rich like her family. He is a simple man, and so he bought her a simple ring. That's what he could afford. I have some little roses here. And then I wanted this to be kind of wispy and, ethereal. That's just how I imagine that the story of the poem is. And then we have the side here. Have another piece of her jewelry. Maybe he put in some of her pearls. And this is the back. Also, there's ridges here on the spine. It's two. And this is completely removable if you wish to take it off. Okay, so the closure here is just some black and blue ribbons, just like the tassel. So I used a lot of black lace, which I also associate with Poe. So here is the actual poem in his handwriting. And I just put that in here as maybe a bookmark. So I used some of the Edgar Allan Poe kit from Amy Joy Studios. And also in here I have these cards, which have sentences from the poem, and they're sprinkled throughout, so the whole thing is in here. I used some old book page from a Poe book that I have, collection of his works. Here's a pocket, and I made this picture. She's out by the sea. Maybe her ghostly form there. Some stenciling. Everything's coffee dyed. This says I in my Annabel Lee, and there's a man here, and there's her. So I imagine this to be them. And I turned it black and white and kind of made it a little ghostly. And then I have this little flower charm right here. So I hope this isn't too morbid for you, but I kind of made it so like maybe this was like one of his memories. Here's some more book page. And in here I just have this mysterious journal card with, of course, the raven, because he put parts of himself in here. So all these pieces of fabric and trim that you'll see, I imagine to be parts of her clothing, maybe his favorite clothing of hers, that he put some pieces in here to remember her. This is a pocket, just a scrap. This is a letter that someone wrote to Poe. I don't know who. And this is a flip, so you could journal under here. And I also stitched on some lines, so you could write on this side. And you can write on this side, and you can cut off all these threads if you don't like them. That beautiful flower. So here she is again. You can see she's kind of transparent. I designed this, put her here, and she's out by the sea. Maybe she's looking out longingly, waiting for him. I don't know. Just romantic to me. This is a tuck spot. Another picture of a lady. Some gauze. So on here we have her pearls. I used a lot of my vintage jewelry in this. I don't know if that cut out or not. Someone just called. What I'm saying is I used a lot of my vintage jewelry in this book. So I have just a piece here and then a piece of coffee paper wrapped in a ribbon for extra rating. Another flower. You could flip this up and journal under here a little bit, like secret. Just a little extra card. Lots and lots and lots of journaling space. Maybe this was from one of her gowns. Just a journaling card here. Another little picture of her. And I like this one a lot. This is actually an illustration that I found of a gentleman and a lady so in love. And it says, "Then to love and be loved by me." So I love that. This is also a pocket. Here's some writing space, and I stitched some lines. This is a big pocket with some vintage music. These cards are from Lindsay Zenor, Nevermore Creation 17. They're from one of her Wisteria and Roses kit, but they fit perfectly because they were black with the, you know, the old feeling, and they had the roses, and some of them had birds. So they were perfect. Just put some black lace. Here's another old book page. Here's a picture of maybe her tomb by the sea. And back that, and then I just put a little bead. Here is a picture of the raven. I wanted this to be really grungy, dirty, and have lots of different, let's use some trims from her dress. Have lots of different elements. This is a tuck spot here. Here she is. So it says, "A wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee." This could be that time. Put one or more of these beautiful black flowers on here. So pretty. There's another book page. A little tuck spots. Some ephemera. This is from Amy's kit. So is this. Just thought it went well. And there's another little tuck spot here. I didn't fill everything in because it was getting quite fat. But you can take things out and put in your own things. Or put in more if you like it fat. Here's another tag from Lindsay. And also part of the book says that the angels are coveting their love. And so I decided to make this grungy little angel. And put part of the poem behind it. Get some messy stitching. Here's just an extra piece of some pretty rose coffee dyed paper. And down here I have a little diamond. You can see that. Some more little bits. So here's that center that's holding up the tassel. So you can untie it and completely remove it. Just found this pretty picture. And then I have a vintage brooch. Maybe that was hers. So he put it in. It's pretty. It's got gold around it. It's just pinned on there, so you can remove it if you want to and wear it or put it somewhere else. It's from one of his books. I found that online. Here's another tuck. And just another piece of rose paper. So there's plenty of room to add your own goodies. And this is a little flip. Some book page from his book. Another picture of the tomb. This is her as well. I think this is also a painting of his wife. And this is I think it's the raven. It's really kind of hard to read, but I like that in there. Here's just some ephemera, and then this is from Amy. This is a pocket here with some dirty ribbon. Not really dirty, but I inked it, but it looks dirty. His Reverie. Oh, you know what? If I can find it real quick. But probably not. There's so many pages. Oh well, whatever. Okay, and then I made this tag, and up here is just a little pearl earring, maybe one of her earrings, and some of his book page, and it's stitched with some velvet trim here. Some extra paper. This is like an old, maybe letter. Some maybe, could be some of her mother of pearl buttons from one of her outfits, one of her dresses. This could be some of her embroidered handkerchief or one of her collars. And here she is again. Can never dissever my soul from the soul of beautiful Annabel Lee. So this could be one of his memories, maybe. There's another one of her. So many threads. Just some extra paper again. And some stitched lines. Another pocket and another tag. I'm sorry about the background noise. My cats are going crazy. As they always do in the morning. Here's a beautiful pocket with a rose and another tag inside. This could have been maybe their house. So here she is again in bigger form, out by the sea. And then here's this really pretty jewelry piece. Could have been part of her necklace or an earring. I just left it to dangle. Here's another tuck spot. And that letter again, which I stitched onto coffee dyed paper. Another little journal card. And another tag. Melody at Twilight. Thought that was fitting. Here's like the heavenly lights maybe. And just another journal card, which I folded down the corner and put it on there diagonally. Here's another tuck spot. And so when you think about the poem, it is kind of sad. It's really sad. You know, after her family came and took her away, he never got to see her again, so he really keeps this journal, you know, for her memory and to remember her. So this could have been one of her handkerchiefs, and I just glued it in here. So you can open it here, and then behind it is a pocket. So this, you know, peeks out from the top. Okay, here's the side view. That's it. So this one will be available in my Etsy shop. It should be in there now. Everything in my store right now is 10% off. Also, don't forget to purchase one of my scrap packs. I have extended the giveaway deadline until June 30th. So everyone that purchases one probably before the last week of June will have time to get it and enter. It's really simple, and you can win a 9x6 journal. And I changed that too. It can be a 9x6 journal of your choice. And please help me get to 100 subscribers. I am almost there, and if I get there soon, I will have a giveaway for a little golden book. I know some of you love making journals from those. And you can come and join my Facebook group, The Bookshelf, Junk Journals, Friendship, and Fun. And I hope to see you there. And thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.